From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at 8 a.m.
Welcome back, everyone. Time now 8:24. Knowing how to speak a second language can be a very useful skill, and one facility in the Metro proves you're never too young to learn a new language. Fox 4's Lauren Halifax is live at the Language Workshop for Children in Overland Park with all these details. Lauren?
Good morning, guys. We're in the hallway trying to be quiet because there are classes going on. Now, the girls in here are working on a project. They're about 4 years old, and I have their parents out here in the hallway with me, Fern and Jim. What kind of advantage do you see from this?
I would just think it's reinforcement. My background is I'm Latin, and my husband does not speak any Spanish, but I have been speaking Spanish to them since they were born.
This is a great way for them to really reinforce that.
Yes, it's great, and they absolutely love it. They just love it.
I would think they just soak it up. Now, you guys were both talking earlier that your kids kind of mingle Spanish and English at home. Is that right?
Absolutely. In random sentences, Sophie will come up with a word and interject a Spanish word in lieu of an English word. So it's really exciting.
And then are you going to reinforce this as she gets older until she hits regular school?
Absolutely. I hope to keep this going until she goes through college someday and keep it on into her adult life.
How early did you start her?
This is her first class. Actually, she started fall of 2007.
Okay. Now, your kids have been learning this since birth, right?
Yes.
And do you think that's been effective?
Oh, yes, it's been great. I mean, from the earlier on, the better that, they just soak it up. They really are like little sponges.
Well, the little sponges are in this class back here. Let's go look at them. These are the kids all the way down to 6 months of age. And Maria Salazar, who teaches these classes, says that it really is effective when they're that young. Hi, guys. Can we interrupt you and borrow your teacher for a second? All right, now, Maria, at age 6 months, how old are these children here?
We have children between 1 year, 2 years, and 3 in this classroom.
And how do you teach kids that young to speak another language? Is it really effective?
We use the Thibaut Technique, which has been around for 35 years. They're based in New York, and we start that early because babies start developing long-term memory by 7 months. So the earlier we start, the better results that parents can expect in their life.
And then the studies show that over the long term, those children retain the use of that language much more. Is that why it's so effective?
Yes, that's correct. The earlier they start, they'll be able to absorb the language and retain it. And also what is key is that children come, every 10 weeks. And if they come through various sessions, they'll be able to see results and retain the language. So it's not just something that they come 1 week and forget all about it.
Right.
It's a process to become bilingual or trilingual.
Well, if they can start as early as 6 months, what's the oldest age cutoff for kids for this program?
Our group classes go from 6 months through 9 years of age, but we also have private lessons for older children that have either been exposed to Spanish or want to learn the language.
Thank you. We'll let you guys get back to work. I wish that I'd had this for me because it was much harder to learn it in high school and college. Lauren Halifax, Fox 4 News. We're live in Overland Park.
Tell me about it. Hola. That's about all I have anymore. For a link to the Language Workshop website, just head over to the morning show section of myfoxkc.com. And they've been away from Facebook.
From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at noon.
All right, more and more parents want their kids to learn a second language, and there's an article all about it in the new KC Baby magazine. Maria Salazar is here. She is director at the Language Workshop for Kids in Overland Park, and you start teaching kids as early as 6 months old?
That's right. We start at 6 months, and the reason behind that is because the earlier they start, it's easier for them. Children are learning 100% of the time, so it doesn't impact them, to start later in life. It's easier to start very young age.
So it's almost like they're just learning English and Spanish at the same time. So,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Some of the, we have children that are 7 months, 8 months. They're not even speaking English, but they'll come to the class and they'll start absorbing and listening. The first thing that children do is understand, and then later when they're vocal, they'll start speaking.
And so how long can kids stay at your class?
Well, they come once a week. We do have 10-week sessions, and we have 4 sessions throughout the year.
Okay.
And they can come up to age 9 for group classes.
Okay.
Then for older children, we also have private lessons.
Now, in case their kids aren't already enrolled in school, say they're in kindergarten or up till age 9, do you offer classes weekdays, weekends, evenings? Is it only during the day?
No, we have morning classes, we have afternoon classes that work for children that are going to school, and then we also have Saturday classes. So pretty much parents have the option to enroll their child Monday through Saturday, and then group classes are arranged by age.
Very cool. Now, what are some of the things you do when you're in the class to teach them, like some of the techniques you do?
It's a language immersion program, so there's no translation in our classes. We follow the Thibaut Technique that has been around for 35 years. They're based in New York, the Language Workshop, and the key concept behind what we do is that all instructors are certified by the Thibaut group, the Language Workshop, just to make sure that they know how to use the materials, know how to use all the different props. Children are not sitting for 45 minutes or 60 minutes. It's a fun environment for them. They're doing games, visual aids, songs, arts and craft projects, so it's really a fun environment for them to learn the language.
Very neat. So it's very interactive for them.
Yes, it is very interactive.
That's really cool. Now, is there an opportunity for someone, maybe they just missed the cutoff and their kid's just turning 9, any suggestions for them if they can't attend this?
Well, there is a critical window, and it starts closing at age 12.
Okay.
So they're, even if the child is 9, they can still learn the foreign language. After 12 years, 12 and a half, it becomes difficult, and they pretty much are going to be learning as an adult.
Okay. Wow, pretty neat stuff. Well, if you'd like more information, the Language Workshop for Children at the Kids is located near 135th and Quivira in Overland Park. There's also a link on our website, myfoxkc.com, and just click on Seen on TV. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
And folks,